All right, so let's share screen and just take a little look at how to access NotebookLM and how to use it. So if you're using any search engine, you can type in NotebookLM, should come up pretty easily. Again, it's a Google product, so you will need a Google login. If you don't have one, you can create one for free. But it brings up this interface, and you can have as far as I know, you can have as many notebooks as you want. The storage capacity in each notebook, I think, is very large. I don't know the exact number of sources or pages, but from a podcast I listened to about NotebookLM from one of its creators, it's very large. Another good thing I learned about NotebookLM, at least as much as I can trust them, is the documents that you upload into NotebookLM are not used in the ongoing training of their large language models. So it really is meant to be a self-contained notebook, much like your shelf would be. The only difference is I'm not going to my shelf to find that source document, that quote, that one piece. I'm coming to my notebook and I'm interacting with all of my notes, all of my content in one place in a conversational way, which is how most of the generative large language models are now created. So I can converse with my documents and find the information rather than just having to go to my notebook shelf or go to my bookshelf, get the notebook, and then bring it back, or search through multiple files on my desktop to try to find it. I can go to the specific notebook that I need. So you just click New Notebook. It'll tell you that you can add various source documents. So you can add Google Docs, any Google document, websites, YouTube videos, or just PDFs, texts, or audio files. So if you have recorded lectures from your courses, you can upload those as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up one of the courses that I teach called Counseling 605. Theory and Practice of Appraisal in Counseling. And I'm just going to drag and drop the syllabus in there as an example. So I drag and drop the syllabus in there, and as much as we might love creating syllabi, we know that they can be a beast of a document sometimes. So what I think is pretty cool is this can give you a way to interact with the syllabus in a new way. So this is how you get into NotebookLM. This is how you upload source documents. If I want to add any others, I just click that plus, and then again, I can add more and more documents into my notebook. But for now, I'm just going to start with the syllabus. One of the things that caught the world by storm, I think, was this ability to generate an audio overview in podcast style. So I click generate. One of the cool things is you don't have to stick around and wait for it. It'll load, so you can do other things while it's doing that. Right now, the features are pretty limited in how you can, I guess, personalize the audio overview, but I believe they're going to build out new features like translating into different languages, changing the persona of the audio overview hosts, and things like that. So they give you some different ideas. You can ask it to create you an FAQ, a study guide, a table of contents, a briefing document, or a timeline out of the source documents that you upload. So I can create an FAQ document, and you'll notice the interface changes. So if I ever want to bring it back up, I just click on Notebook Guide and create and there is the FAQ document. So it's kind of an abridged version of the syllabus. You can create a study guide. You can create a table of contents if I want. You can create a timeline document. You can create a briefing document. So again, these are all kind of preloaded prompts that you would give. And as you can see, it's really quick just to do that. And then I have, again, one source document, the syllabus. I now have different ways that I can interact with it, either via an FAQ document, via a timeline, which hopefully this is in the calendar, but can give you another way to do that. A briefing document, So pretty similar to some of the others, but just in a different format. Here's a study guide with some questions, quiz key, essay questions, glossaries. And then here's the FAQ. So again, different ways that you can interact with the document. I can also use the natural language processing features just to chat with the document. So I think this is maybe one of the ways I'm starting to think about interacting with generative AI is it's just a new way that I interact with computers. So I don't always just type into a search bar anymore. I actually try to converse with the document in this way. So I might say, this class seems overwhelming. Can you create a list of recommendations so that I can be successful in the course? And I'll hit enter. While that's thinking or while that's generating the response, again, same limitations about ethic or same recommendations about ethical use of AI are important and knowing that hallucinations are possible. So you want to confirm the information that you're getting. One thing that I think NotebookLM does that's pretty cool is it provides links to the source documents right here. So if I want to know what's that asynchronous deadline, I can go, it takes me right to the source in the document. If I had multiple sources, it would take me to that specific document. If I want to look at the schedule, again, takes me right down to the schedule. If I want to know those course objectives, I click on it, it takes me right to those course objectives. So these are just some recommendations that it gave me that I can sort of use or not use. I can save it or not save it if I want to, if I find this useful. So let's go back to our notebook guide. Still generating the conversation. So again, this audio overview, depending on how many things, can take quite a while. So again, you can do other things. And hey, there we got it. So let's just take a quick listen and see what it sounds like. So I can tell you the first time I did this, it cracked me up because I interact with this course because I've taught this course for over a decade now, and the syllabi has evolved, of course, over that decade. But it's just really neat to think about the content I created in a new medium. And I think that's really how I look at and most of my interactions with generative AI is not about replacing what I know, replacing what I do, shortcutting learning. It's just about giving me a new way to interact with content, a new way to generate content too. So from a student's perspective, I think about, uploading a syllabi, and yes, I'm going to read it because that's important, but I might also want to take this audio overview listen and listen to it at the gym or listen to it in my car. So now it becomes a document that I can interact with in multiple ways. But let's just say after I've read it, I then want to start typing and chatting with the document. I have that way of interacting with it. So it may seem like option overload, and I think to some degree the possibilities are endless here, but I encourage you to think about how can I create these notebooks for my courses? I don't have to rely on the faculty to do it. I can take some ownership over my learning process throughout the course and take the content that I'm given, remix it in a way, and help create new content that I can consume alongside of the content that I'm given. So again, it's not about I don't want to read the syllabus, so I'm going to do this. It's I read the syllabus, I listen to the syllabus, I chat with the syllabus, and that keeps me more engaged with my journey throughout the course. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you'll experiment with it as your instructors give you the permission to do through their AI policies.